Alright everyone, so today we are going to be talking about a watch that proves that time travel is real, but I say right off the bat this is debunked. I don't even need to look at the proof. But anyway, how did a Swiss ring watch end up inside a sealed Ming Dynasty tomb? Okay, so you guys can go to this website, ancient-origins.net, and you guys can go and read the story. So apparently, in 2008, it was reported by several news outlets that a team of archaeologists had made a puzzling discovery. Reports described the team as comprised of archaeologists and journalists filming a documentary at a dig at a sealed tomb dating to the Ming Dynasty in Shaanxi, southern China. As one of the coffins was being cleared of soil before being opened, a strange thing happened. When we tried to remove the soil wrapped around the coffin, suddenly a piece of rock dropped off and hit the ground with a metallic sound. We picked up the object and found it was a ring. After removing the covering soil and examining it further, we were shocked to see that it was a watch. So, So how is it possible that a tomb sealed for 400 years and dating to the Ming Dynasty had come to hold an artifact that had only been created after the establishment of the present state of Switzerland? I'll tell you how. It's fake! This story is fake! It says right here, was the discovery real? Was it a hoax? It was a hoax! This story is fake. I don't know why people believe stuff like this. This is so fake. Yeah, but this is just so fake. So, a watch ending up inside a 400-year sealed tomb. And right away here, so it says, as one of the coffins was being cleared of soil before being opened, and it said that remove the soil wrapped around the coffin, suddenly a piece of rock dropped off. Now, I may be wrong about this part, but it sounds like they went into the tomb, and then basically there was a watch sitting on top of the coffin. That means that it wasn't inside the coffin. That means that somebody could have gone into that tomb 100 years ago or so and just put a watch down and forgot all about it. So assuming that the story is true, right away I just came up with an explanation of how that watch got there. Somebody had previously explored that tomb and accidentally left their watch in there. But there's several things about this story that tell me that this is fake. So let's go and go to another site. Okay, so let's just assume that it is real, that the story is real. They really did find a watch, even though, they didn't. But let's assume that they did. Let's just say for a minute they did. There's another site, metro.co.uk, 8 times Photoshop has fooled the world. And number 4, okay, well, there's some other stuff in here that we're getting ideas. The Time Traveler's Watch. This one deserves an award for its originality. A Swiss watch discovered in an ancient... Can you guys say that 3 times fast? Swiss watch, Swiss watch, Swiss watch. It's a lot harder than what it looks, but let's get back to the point. A Swiss watch discovered in an ancient Chinese tomb. It's still touted as proof that time travel is real. Sadly, the watch found is in an undisturbed 400-year-old tomb from the Sea King era is digitally edited fake. Okay, so it's a fake. Okay, so right there's already another website that says that it's digitally edited. So this watch is fake. This whole story is fake. And if you go to this website here, doubtfulnews.com, hoax alert, the tiny time traveler's watch is not real. I don't know how to pronounce that. Teach blog has posted a hoax story from 2008. Not going to link it because it certainly does not make for worthwhile reading, and it doesn't. So anyway, it's not a watch, it's not an artifact, and it probably wasn't even found in a tomb. It's a joke. So let's go down here. This story is popular today probably due to sharing on a Facebook page. I can't track those. Please note that this story from 2008 was never verified. It was posted from news sites like Austrian Times, which often post generally fictionalized and exaggerated. In case you don't know what fictionalized means, fictional is another word for fake. As you can, you can buy books, fiction and nonfiction. If you don't know what fiction means, please go look it up on Google. That's not just me telling you that. So let's start that. Let's start that sentence. It was posted from news sites like Austrian Times, which often post generally fictionalized and exaggerated stories for hits. This is a problem because people think it's real. Looking at the odds, the safe bet is that this is a hoax, or it is mixing up the facts of a sensational story. Okay, so another site already said that it was digitally edited, and a safe bet. Now I'm not going to bet at all on this story because I know 100% it is fake. And I'll talk to you in a minute how it's 100% fake. But let's just assume for a minute. Again, we already assumed once. Let's just assume again. Let's assume that. Let's assume that these other sites, these two sites, this one and the other one that said it was fake, digitally edited. Let's say that these sites are wrong. Just for a minute. Let's just say that they're wrong. Let's say I created these sites. Let's say I created these sites just to throw you guys off. I'm going to show you one more piece of evidence that ultimately proves this watch is completely fake. Alright guys, so yeah, I'm going to show you guys what ultimately proves that time travel watch story was completely fake. So the Bible mentions 3 times. I found 3 references that time travel is ultimately fake. One of them is not completely right out, so I'm going to go and explain it to you. It's found in Matthew chapter 24, verses 30 to 37. So it says here, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." So it's talking about the second coming of Jesus Christ. It says right here, when Jesus Christ, he's coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And of that, go to verse 36, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." So you know what that means right there? That right there proves that watch is fake. You know why? Because if time travel is real, we would be able to go into the future and we would be able to see the day that Jesus is coming again. But we are not able to do that because it says in the Bible, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man." Which means that you have to read this entire thing, but right there that proves no man knoweth the hour, and that story is fake. You cannot go into the future and find things out. There's another verse that also talks about that. So Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternally in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end." No one can fathom from what God has done from beginning to end. Another verse that disproves time travel. If you knew what God was going to do from present day till the end, it says from beginning to end, but we already know the past. We don't know everything that's happened in the past, but I'm just going to use the future as an example here. So if somebody was able to time travel into the future, we would be able to see what God has done, which this completely disproves time travel. It says no one can fathom, no one can see what God's going to do in the end. Nobody. That's why it says he has made everything beautiful in its time. So that right there, another verse disproves time travel. Time travel is fake. And I'm going to show you one last verse that completely disproves time travel. So Matthew 19:26 says, "Jesus looked at them and said, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." So with man this is impossible. Time travel right there proves it's impossible. But with God all things are possible. So I guess I would have to say the only way time travel could be real is with some kind of divine intervention. And I don't think that God would allow a time traveler to go back and put a watch in an ancient Chinese tomb, so that way 400 years later, or however much later, not 400 years, I don't know, 15 or whatever, however many years later, somebody can say, "Oh, look, I found a watch." I don't think he would do that, because that doesn't go along with what the Bible says. So thanks for checking out this video, and I hope to see all of you guys in the next one. I hope you guys like the ending here, because those 3 verses completely disprove time travel. In my opinion, studying about time travel, or trying to prove, studying about it, trying to invent a time machine, trying to prove that trying to prove that time travel is in fact possible, in my opinion, all of that is a sin, because it says in the Bible clearly that it's not possible. So these inventors and scientists and mathematicians that are spending countless hours of their lives trying to prove time travel, they're wasting their time. I'm sorry to have to say that, but it's true. I just debunked this story, the Swiss watch. If you guys want to read the story, you can go to the websites that I mentioned. But for right now, thanks for checking out this video, and I hope to see you guys all in my next one. And have a good day.